If you are driving your car and the road suddenly cuts off in the middle of it, then you know it's a dead end. If a train is going very hard and suddenly it slows down, and then you think, why is the train slowing down? And then you look outside and you see, oh, that railway was cut off. It's a dead end. Then later you find out that the railway beyond that was quite dangerous because there was a bridge that was about to collapse. That's why the driver of the train got the message to use another track. Now, when it comes to logistics, it's very easy to recognize a dead end. And avoiding dead ends in logistics is quite important because you don't want a train to crash and people to die because it's at high speed towards a dead end. And you don't want to go onto the grass or onto the sand of the desert with your car just to arrive at the place. You want to stay on the road, which is safe. So in logistics, to recognize dead ends is quite easy, and often they make it easy for you putting warning signals. Now in daily life, when it comes to life circumstances, it's not always the case. What about a dead-end job, a dead-end relationship, a dead-end friendship, or a dead-end way of thinking, or a dead-end community? When you reach dead ends, you're often not aware of it, but there's one key that you can use, one attitude that will assist you to bypass most dead ends in life. And that is, always have an abundance of mindset. For example, if you want to travel from New York City to San Francisco, most people will just take an airplane. But let's say the airplanes are quite expensive. You may think, you know what, I can take the train. Then you realize, there's no direct train connection. Then you have another option, and that is to just go with a car or to take multiple buses. But you think, most people don't do that. But here's the thing. Maybe if you take multiple buses, you may have to stop here and there. But while you stop here and there, you may see more of the United States than you otherwise wouldn't have seen. If you would take the airplane, you would be there in maybe like 2 or 3 hours, or 4 hours, depending on the speed of the aircraft. But you would have missed out meeting some locals here and there. Maybe you take the bus and you stop somewhere, let's say in Pennsylvania, and then you all stop in Kansas, and you stop in Arizona. You stop in multiple states, and every time you stop, you meet some elderly people that tell you some stories of their youth, and now you have more historical knowledge of what goes on in the United States. Now, all of that historical knowledge, you would have missed out on it if you would have taken the easy way, which is the airplane. Now, I'm not saying that if you can take the airplane, you shouldn't take the airplane, but sometimes it's important to keep multiple options open, have an abundance mindset. Often in life, we want the easy way, the quickest way. And that in itself is nothing wrong with it, but often the easiest, the quickest way is just that, easiest, the quickest way. Sometimes having fun puts us on a more difficult road, because on that difficult road, we will encounter more knowledge, we will meet new people, and we will become better. Okay? Think about King David. Okay? Before David was king, he was haunted by Saul. Saul was king, demon-possessed, a genocidal maniac, and he saw David's potential, and he was now haunting David. Now, it took 13 years before Saul would be eliminated and David would become king of Judah. But during those 13 years, David had to flee from town to town, from place to place. There was even a time he stayed at the Philistines. Remember, David killed Goliath, one of the giants of the Philistines, but he ended up staying with the Philistines, and he pretended to be mentally ill. By pretending to be mentally ill, nobody harmed him and nobody arrested him, did anything to him. So David learned to be practical in bad situations. David even at some point had all his men turning on him, blaming him for something that went wrong, even though it wasn't David's fault. So David also learned there, I need to be aware of the people I have around me. David met multiple women, he married them all, David was a polygamist, and he had an extended family. So when he became king, he already had a team supporting him, a military team, and he already had an extended family that would become the new royal house. If David would have become king just like that at age 17, he would have been dependent on what Saul had established. But because, despite being afflicted, he continued living, he developed and he built his own thing. And that's what God wants for you. So have an abundance mindset. Don't have a poverty mindset like the world is teaching you. Society is a dead end. If you want to conform to society, you'll be in a dead end. Adapt to society from time to time, but don't conform and submit to it unconditionally. You only adapt for practical reasons. For example, if you're in Britain, you drive on the left side on the road instead of on the right. If somewhere you're not allowed to, let's say, if you're not allowed to import certain fruit, you don't do it. So adapt to society for practical reasons only, but don't just give over. Because society is a dead end. And once you are not stuck in a dead end, the members of society will turn on you. So have an abundance mindset. Keep on agreeing with Christ. And I'm looking forward to see your abundant life manifesting in the here and now. Be at peace.